Recording
light.
and starting the stream.
Shine a light right in my eyes.
Alrighty, welcome to Horsin Around, a Dumbass Cast. I'm your host, Nick Mercadante, and with me today I've got three lovely guests by the names of...
I'm Jacob. The title of the show is called Horsing Around,
No.
Horse Around. So I already feel like I have now succeeded as the host more than anyone else.
No, it is Horsin. It is specifically misspelled just to make it more unique.
You're already no longer the host. You can't keep making these executive
Oh my fucking god.
To jump in on that, I can actually read the English language, and to me it says Horsin around.
They see? Exactly.
No, I thought you could only speak French, Dylan. You can't read English. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we are conversing right now, so I don't really know
Yeah,
how that would
French.
make any sense.
We're talking French. Also, it definitely says hosting around. I mean, you're hosting a podcast. It makes sense.
Yeah. You guys got some lovely names. Thank you for saying them after
That guy.
Jacob said his name.
guy.
Which guy? We can't tell when you point at the camera.
Oh, right.
Where am I pointing?
Yeah, you're
That's
pointing
a
at Jacob
window.
now. Now you're pointing at Jacob.
Dude, he's not pointing to me on my screen.
Okay.
Guys?
That's-
No.
Mr.
That's
Pointer,
my
what is
fault.
your name, please, for our listening audience?
Me?
Yes. Oh my fucking
I already
god.
introduced myself. I'm Dylan. What do you mean?
What did you say that?
You hadn't introduced yourself.
Yes, I did.
You didn't.
I made some
You did
dumbass
not.
That's not nothing
answer
for
about-
we need home address. We need those crazy.
All right,
digits
I'll
on the
rattle off
phone,
my
and
social
those three
security
digits
number
on-
for $10.
United States.
Jesus fucking Christ. And
That
finally,
seems weird for someone who speaks French as a native language.
I am
yeah,
Corey.
we moved.
hi
Don't
Corey.
speak French.
How's it going? How you guys
Not
doing
French.
on this lovely
Alright.
Saturday?
I woke up a little while ago, played some Bloodborne, got my ass kicked, and now I'm here.
Jesus, you're
Classic.
still playing Bloodborne in the current year?
What do you?
I
mean?
never beat it.
It's a pretty old game at this point, isn't it? Like Bloodborne came out in 2015.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. Like, it's still a good game.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, you
Yeah,
see
well,
people
you
playing
don't
like
The Atari daily. I mean, come on, modern classic.
Shit,
Except
you're
it's
right.
not modern. We're a classic.
You're
People
right.
are
Where's
playing,
your
like,
adventure
chess and checkers
speedrun
every
time,
day.
Nick? Come on.
Shit. What do speedruns for like old ass Atari games like that look like? They must be very fast
Only seen a
because
lot of
very
depression.
sweaty.
Sweaty.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
would they be
speedrunning any
sweaty?
game, you're a little sweaty, to be fair.
That's fair.
But
I don't feel like it'd be the main descriptor, you know? Like, that feels a bit scary.
nah, it's fine.
Like, I don't want to ever describe my gaming as sweaty. 'Cause it sounds like the ultimate neckbeard thing. Like,
Oh no! I
That's
think you
the
misunderstand.
point.
All the Atari games have to be played out in the summer heat of Florida. Those are the rules to all Atari speed.
okay, interesting.
Ah,
So
okay.
games
I
done
didn't know
quick,
that.
just hosted in a
Fine print, no one
swamp,
thinks
and there's like
Wow.
alligators everywhere. You're like, all right, you better finish Celeste, or I'll kill you.
Yeah, idiot.
Jesus
We'll
fucking
stick the
Christ.
alligators on you.
They're on a
I-
conveyor belt. Every time they lose a life in Pac-Man, the conveyor belt slowly moves towards the swamp.
You're gonna become sausage, kid.
oh yeah. It reminded me they're doing actually a Games Done Quick this weekend for COVID-19 relief. Just online stuff this weekend. So
They're just gonna speed run COVID. Like,
Yeah,
dying of
yeah.
furious.
I don't, what is there a game?
they're
COVID-19?
just speed running Plague Inc. all of it, and that's the
Yeah.
only game they're
Oh.
speed running. No, they're doing a bunch of games, but like it's a fundraising thing, so people donate, and then that goes towards COVID-19 relief stuff. So
Okay.
that's pretty cool.
I remember when the Plague Inc. thing came out, like they had revealed that like a huge increase in sales happened when COVID started becoming a thing.
Mhm.
And I remember reading that and being like, what dummies, what kind of people would buy Plague Inc. just because of COVID? And then I remember like a month later, I was like, damn, I really want to play Plague Inc.
It's a fun game. It's a fun game. I suck
it.
ass at it, but it is a fun game. I've literally
I love the prions. They were so broken because you could just give them stuff that let them be invisible for the whole game. And you'd
Oh,
infect literally everyone. And
yeah.
then you just use all your money at once to go total organ failure, and everyone would freak out and die instantly.
Oh my god.
Sounds
Yeah,
like a
no,
fantastic game.
I like played a lot of it, but I can't for the life of me beat the fucking fungus disease level, which is like the
That
third
one
one. So I don't even know how I'm fucking it up so bad. I always get to like
Sounds like you're
90%
kinda ass.
of the world infected, and then they finished a cure. Like, I'm never able to outpace the cure development for them.
I think the problem is you need to start off by saying, "Hey, can I introduce you to this fun guy?"
Oh God!
Well, this dude's a real jokester over here.
Yeah, he's a real funny man, as you can
prankster.
tell. Real jokester, real
Here's a
goonie.
wall of
the
beer
comedy
cans.
police are breaking down my door.
Wow.
Jesus Christ!
Holy
that-
shit.
that's all
actually
beer?
a wall. Oh my god, there's
Holy
two.
Well, it's there's probably some beer in there somewhere, but they're a bit empty by now since most of them are from like the 1930s.
Corey, I think you have a problem.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is actually an
Yeah,
intervention.
I drink like 10 of these a day. Most of them poison me because they're very old.
But man, the vintage will taste good until you die of organ failure. Holy shit! So how
Terry's my middle name.
are those like are those just sitting there, or are those like glued in somehow, or could you just like knock down the whole wall if you wanted to?
Yeah, they're just sitting there. I could knock all these down. In fact, I set up VR down here, and my dad was like, "If you punch those shelves, you're dead."
Oh.
That seems like not a great place to set that up, you know?
Eh,
Was there-
It's the biggest open space in the house. It
Was
works
there
out all right.
okay?
Go outside. What do you?
Yeah, just set up your VR shit outside. It's not like the sunlight's gonna matter
Yeah,
when your goggles are
It
on.
won't.
rain? Can't feel it if I'm in VR.
Exactly.
God. People
Perfect
are so
cover. Yeah, I was just gonna ask, how many days into quarantine are you gonna have to go before you go insane and knock off every single one of those cans from that wall?
I don't know. They're colorful, so I like them. I'm not gonna be like, these things, they are killing my mind. And
dumb.
Yeah, it's gonna be the lighthouse, but like completely, you're just stranded, and you're like, "Oh God."
Did you
Yeah.
watch The Lighthouse, Jacob?
What?
Did you watch The Lighthouse?
Yeah, I like movies.
Oh,
like being in it.
really?
I like
Interesting.
movies. Mm.
Wow. How was it? I haven't seen it, so.
I don't know. I feel like
Lighthouse.
I'm a contrarian when it comes to that movie. Like I really appreciate it, but I didn't enjoy it as much as other people.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if you're going into it wanting to see that type of experience of like, I'm just gonna like sit down and watch like Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe go fucking insane for 2 hours.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Congratulations, you found the movie for you.
Dude, that's exactly what I was looking for. That's what's gonna keep me sane, is watching two other guys go insane for a couple hours.
If I wanted to go insane, I'd just watch this podcast. Like that's
Ooh,
Damn, dude!
it's all people going insane. Like that's
why
what
would
I
you do
want.
that, Corey?
That's a good thing.
I
Look,
wish-
I'm on it. I'm insane.
They're out valid.
Very fair.
Dylan, I know you're insane. I've
What?
met you.
I've never demonstrated any signs of insanity once, ever.
Hmm.
Ever.
There are videos which would show otherwise, but we can't.
Does
get our
she still
hands on
have
them.
that?
I
Where
don't
is
know,
it?
but I want it.
What are you guys talking about? What are
Sophia
y'all on
Lynch has a
about?
video of
Ever.
us talking for an hour in a car, and it's the funniest stuff we've ever said. And it,
Yeah.
it sounds like we're absolute madmen. And I think I also remember it being remarkably offensive. And I
Oh.
really want that video.
Very offensive.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
This
I'm
was
pretty
while
sure
you were at
it's
Miter?
brought up. Yeah.
Driving home from one of our bosses convincing us to dress up as zombies and play tag in a mall. Yeah.
Mhm.
Was it?
It was
What?
Lauren. It was Lauren.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that's not a Doug thing to do. Like,
Very not a Doug thing to do at all.
Jesus.
If Doug asked me to do that, I'd be like,
Doug, are you
lost his
alright?
he's gone insane.
He's
What
fucking
about,
lost
what about
it.
Dennis? I miss Dennis. He won't add me back on LinkedIn. I think he forgot who I am.
Was Dennis another boss
The
or another
glass office
intern?
man who's really, really good at foosball.
Oh, the glass office guy.
He's like
Okay,
Doug's
okay.
boss, and we met him and
Yeah.
challenged him to foosball.
Man, I never met Doug's boss. The fuck?
Well, screw
Damn.
him.
We had
Sorry.
to go ask. Doug was like, "You need to go ask this guy for something."
Hmm.
And
This
we
is
started
your-
calling
this is
him
your
Glass
quest
Office
for the
Man because
day,
his office was
intern.
solid glass. Yeah.
Oh man, cool. Yeah, I don't know. What have you guys been playing lately? Keeping yourselves busy with, other than Bloodborne? I know you mentioned that one.
Half-Life Alyx.
Oh yeah. How's that been
How is
going?
that, man?
It's so fun. Like the ability with the index controllers. You know how you can like grip stuff freely instead of
Mhm.
pressing a trigger to grip.
Mhm.
there's a mechanic in the game where if you see a collectible item like ammo or something,
Mhm.
you can pull on it and it'll fly towards you. Like you grip it from a distance and then throw it towards you, and then you can catch it with the index controllers. And it's so
Oh.
satisfying to actually catch something and
That's
then just put it
fucking
in your backpack.
yeah, that's fucking dope. Holy shit.
Wow.
I think that is very innovative that they did it with the design so that you can have an open hand, open palm
Yeah.
while still
Yeah.
gripping the controller.
That's
And then
like
closing
the
it.
whole reason I bought this instead of a much cheaper headset is because I was like, I want to be able to grip things like that,
Oh yeah.
throw stuff normally.
hmm
So it's great to just like pick up an object and then just throw it at someone.
Yeah, that's
How's the walking around mechanic? Because I saw that you have to like choose where you're gonna walk to, and then you just kind of yeet there. Like, is that
Yeah,
jarring to be doing that?
I tried to choose continuous movement initially,
Uh-huh.
and then I realized that I get motion sick easily, and also the continuous movement crashed the game. So I made a new save
Oh.
file. I made a new save file with teleporting
Mhm.
instead, and I really like it honestly.
Mm.
Because the way the levels are mapped out is like designed for that. So it's
Mhm.
generally these small spaces with corridors designed for interaction.
Yeah.
Something just flew into my eye. Hello.
Hello.
So it'll be something like you'll be in a small room,
Yeah.
and there'll be 3 hallways branching off. And down those hallways will come a series of zombies or something. And you got to fight them.
Mhm.
And then the actual movement part is like you're just kind of going between those points,
You jump
which
from hot
sounds
spot to
a
hot
bit
spot.
boring. Yeah, but it's not. It's really nice. It's sort of like a waypoint style
Mhm.
system.
When you say continuous movement, is that like there's like a control stick that you'd move and that would
Yeah,
just walk
it's
you
like
around?
yeah, it's like just joystick walking.
Ggotcha. Yeah, I
And
could see how
I
that could
tested out
be.
and tell you how it was, but
Yeah, I could see how that'd be kind of motion sickness because like you see yourself moving in the space that you are visualizing or see like that's all presented to you, but then you're like my legs aren't moving though. What is going
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
yeah, one of my favorite VR games, Jet Island, is
Mhm.
so like in this new headset, the resolution is so much better that I get way more motion sick from stuff which I wasn't expecting. And
Oh.
my favorite VR game, Alex is getting up there, but Jet Island is a game in which you ride a skateboard. Your hands are rocket boosters and also grappling hooks.
Oh, that
You are
sounds
fast all the time.
What? You
fucking
And
ridiculous.
It's like Shadow of the Colossus. You fight giant monsters, like the
Wait,
size of cities.
on a skateboard?
That's pretty fucking dope.
You also you can
What?
turn your grappling hooks into guns.
Oh my
Um,
god.
It's extremely cool. Like the final boss is a worm that's the size of New York City.
Holy
And like
shit.
it's its own level because once you manage to get up to it, you have to stay on it. And it's
Uh-huh.
this constantly moving level that shifts around as the worm does. It's
That
awesome.
sounds like Vomit City.
Yeah, it's pretty motion sickness inducing, but it's fun.
Yeah, sounds like you're suffering from success. The graphics are too good.
Yeah,
You're too sick.
It's like the sooner you vomit, the better a game it is.
Yeah.
That's the new quality assurance test, is how fast can we make our players vomit all over the floor.
They've got like a survey and a timer. They're like, all right, start playing. Ooh, that guy just threw up at 2.5 seconds.
Nice.
New record. That's a new type of speedrun, actually. How time to vomit
Not bad.
in a VR game. Good
Does
lord.
that go with the Florida Games Done Quick thing from earlier?
Yeah. Yep.
Throw up in a swamp for charity.
Die.
Good lord. How about you, Jacob? You been playing anything?
I've been going through the backlog mostly just because
Mhm.
I have all this extra time. So I played through RE2
Ooh.
finally.
Nice.
And what I learned from that is that the actual plot twist of the game is that all those like gross looking polygon characters from the 90s were actually like super fucking hot the entire time. Leon Kennedy is like somehow they designed like you're just like, dude, what the fuck? Like they'll zoom in on this guy after he's been like through the worst shit possible, and you're like, dog, he still looks fucking hot, dude.
Wait, so
Wow.
you did like the graphics in Ori? You didn't, because you're saying the
No,
90s.
I like the graphics. It's just one of those things where you're like, because I've seen gameplay of the old RE games. I played a little bit of RE1 just on an emulator.
Wait, what are you saying Ori? Like Ori in the Blind Forest, or
Resident Evil.
That makes a
Oh,
lot more sense.
because he said I heard
No.
Ori too, and I
Sorry,
thought you
was
meant like
saying
Will of the
RE,
Wisps.
and I was saying in shorthand, and like I'm
Okay.
completely
Okay.
fucking blank that
I thought it was
of course, no one else has
ARI.
context
Like,
for this, so
no.
Okay, that makes more
I was
sense
like,
now. I
couldn't
understand.
think of any characters in Ori and the Blind Forest who I could ever call
Dude,
hot. I was
the-
like,
like,
what?
the
weird
forest, the
polygons.
forest itself.
That forest, the
That's
aesthetic
true.
of the
That
forest is pretty hot.
sexy.
Good God.
Then
Yeah.
Yeah,
leaves.
no, but what I was trying to say is that Leon Kennedy is the fucking hottest video game character of all time. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's non-negotiable.
Beekman just said Leon S. Kennedy. The S stands for sexy in the chat. So I guess that resolves that pretty squarely.
The other great thing about playing Resident Evil 2 specifically is that you suddenly understand like 90% of every Resident Evil meme ever made.
Are there that many Resident Evil memes? I feel like
I feel like it's like this weird niche bit that when Resident Evil 2 remake came out, like they were all over the place, and I was like, I don't get the joke. And then I play this, and I go back to all those old ones, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking hilarious. Genius joke right here.
Nice.
like I remember basically the one big thing I remember from Resident Evil 2 was like the Titan or the King or whatever his name was, the
Mr.
big
X.
dude, Mr. X, yeah, that
got a good
guy.
hat.
There'd always be funny memes with him because he'd always just burst through doorways, and that was always a good like punchline setup for like audio cue music videos or like video gags or whatever.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
changing the audio when he bursts through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because of course the classic example there is people made a mod like really early on in the game's life cycle, which was just like, when Mr. X enters the room, there's like a stinger that plays, but they replace that audio effect with X gonna give it to you.
Of course.
So whenever he's nearby,
Nice.
you can hear the song playing in the background.
Oh no.
Jesus
That's
fucking
perfect.
You're
Christ.
like, no.
I don't want to get given to
God.
me.
I do not want him to give it to me, please. I beg you. Oh,
Someone
my
else.
God.
Give it to someone else.
And there was also that one where they changed his model to be Thomas the Tank Engine or whatever.
Oh,
I saw that.
I've seen
Well, that's
some
like
of
that's like a callback all the way back to, because I remember the first. This might be before that, but the first Thomas the Tank Engine one that I remember really blowing up in terms of the modding scene was the Skyrim one where they replaced all the dragons with Thomas. the
Right.
Tank Engine.
Yes. Yeah. So, I mean, I think Thomas the Tank Engine is just funny to put in games because nobody expects
It's
Thomas the
hilarious.
Tank Engine.
Yeah, it's like, what is he doing here? He doesn't belong in
Lol
Fallout. Like,
XD.
hello?
So
Thomas
random.
the Tank Engine doesn't belong. Social outcast. Hate that guy.
Damn. Did you guys watch Thomas the Tank Engine as kids or have like the
Yeah.
train sets?
Yeah.
I
read a
actually
lot
saw
of
it
books,
as like
too.
a horror show, honestly. Like there is this one scene where it's like this spooky moonlit night, and Thomas the Tank Engine is riding in on these fog-covered tracks. And I would have this blanket like all the way up to my eyes. Zoomed in on Thomas's face. I'll be like, I can't.
Those train faces could be kind of fucking weird sometimes. Like they were always
they were
like
disturbing.
weirdly scrunched up and stuff. And then they had that movie.
You can't say Thomas the Tank Engine looked that bad because
Okay.
JJ the jet plane after that, and that made Thomas the Tank Engine look like it came from the real world. The jet plane was the hellscape landform and shall never speak of it.
Yeah.
I remember watching that show as well and not thinking anything of the fucking nightmare fuel faces. I was just like, oh, fun, colorful planes. Wow. And now I look back. Now that I think about it, I watched a lot of shows based around like service vehicles. I watched Thomas the Tank Engine. I watched JJ the Jet Plane. I watched the Tugboat show that I can't remember the name of.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I can vaguely remember the Tugboat show, but I
It
genuinely
had like they all had the
People's-
different. They had the different hats. There was the one with the red hat was like the main guy, and then there was like a blue hat and a green hat and a purple hat.
I don't remember the Tugboat show.
I don't know if
You had
I
all the hatted people in one room to begin the sacrifice. Or-
let me see Tugboats kids show.
Yeah,
But
I never like watched because I wasn't really allowed to watch TV as a kid, so I mostly
Mhm.
experienced TV shows like that through like the versions that were books, which
Uh-huh.
is weird. So I read like Thomas the Tank Engine books.
I didn't know that it had books.
They're mostly just like adaptations of the screenplay for each episode.
mhm.
And for the most part, they have illustrations and stuff about the same thing, except like there's one book that because Thomas the Tank Engine was based on a book, and that book is weird. It has like deep lore about Thomas the Tank Engine, and how the conductor is secretly like a fascist overlord.
What?
That's keeping like the truth from the trains because everywhere else, like trains have gone out of fashion. Like,
Oh my god.
anymore, and they get disassembled and basically murdered. And so the conductor is keeping this small like preserve of trains, but no one's allowed to leave or know there's an outside. And it's really
Oh, so it's like
weird.
The Giver, but with trains.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's what the show's based on.
That's fucking
Wait,
insane.
don't the trains like go on adventures in the show? Like they go off to like.
Well, yeah,
on the
but the
same
island
island.
of Sodor
They
is a
never-
big
They
island.
never leave the island. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't
they're-
know they were on an island. I actually did not remember that.
if you guys look in the chat, I just posted a link. I found the Tugboat
Saw
show. It's called Theodore Tugboat. Is on
Theodore
PBS
looks
Kids.
Of course
Yeah,
it
I do
is.
remember
Rude.
Theodore Tugboat.
But I remember this
Oh, goodness.
specifically
I
because
don't like Theodore.
but they had an actual boat that would like go and tour places. Like if you go to the
that's cool.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So Buster
Like-
Baxter flew all over the place, and he doesn't get the recognition he deserves.
Yeah, but he didn't show up in person. You didn't see Buster Baxter in person. All right,
That's
I'm okay
not
with that.
true.
you could get on this
One of
tugboat
those
in real
videos
life.
I saw.
Where did you see him? Where did you see Buster Baxter? Please tell us your up
He was
close
at my
encounter.
graduation. I invited him there. He was right there next to
You went to my
bed.
grad party? Yeah, wasted.
Hold on. Is Buster
was-
Baxter a train? Is he a boat? Is he a
Do you-
plane?
No,
Do
it's
you
it's
not
from.
know who
No, he's
Buster
Superman.
Baxter is?
This
He
a
is
person?
Superman. That is factual information.
No.
It's Hey Arnold, or not Hey Arnold. So wait, no
Hey,
Arnold.
get
Just Arnold. Just Arnold.
Wait, what?
Wait, no. Is it?
Like the one for the Magic
Oh,
School
wait.
Bus?
Is he the dude with the huge face?
No, it's the bunny. It's the bunny from.
Yes, he,
From
Arthur.
Arthur's best
Arthur.
friend. He
Oh.
steals that toy in that
Oh.
one episode, and he goes paranoid, and it traumatizes me for the rest of my goddamn
Yeah.
life.
Wait, why did he go paranoid? What happened to him?
All right, so I'm about to lay down the greatest episode of television ever created.
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
So Arthur and his friend Buster are at the toy store, like regular kids, and they're just chilling, and then they see a toy they really want. Now, of
Mhm.
course, they can't afford that toy.
Right.
So what happens is that later, they all leave, and then it turns out that Buster stole the toy.
Oh
Right.
shit.
And then crime occurs in this toy.
Smart.
And then you know how like in like post heist movies, the entire movie is about them like being like, oh, I can't trust anybody. What happens? That's basically what happens to Buster, where he's like, shit, I can't trust anyone. Arthur, you know about this. We're the only two. Like, we got to go to our graves.
I
with
gotta
this
kill
shit.
Arthur.
And then they go so paranoid because they're like, oh my god, what if the camera could see that I took it? And then
Yeah, that's
So,
reasonable.
and then this- this sets up the best joke in Arthur as well, because they go back to the store. They've like cracked under the pressure. They're like, we need to go admit to the store owner that we stole this.
Mhm.
And so they go back, they do the entire confession, and they're like, we know you saw us because the camera would have seen us. And he goes, what, that camera's been out for years.
No.
You
That's
fucking
right, kids.
idiots.
Crime pays as long as you scout your location.
Jesus.
What a corrupted kids show.
Fucking
what are they
crazy.
teaching children?
I mean, that's basically.
I mean,
That sounds like that's just another take on the fucking SpongeBob episode where they take the balloon on Free Balloon Day.
it basically is that.
Yeah.
It's the only difference is that unlike SpongeBob, like they get actually like in trouble
Right.
because like
And they
the
learn
episode
a
is
lesson,
so-
unlike in SpongeBob where it's just
Yeah.
fucking content.
Well, you kind of still learn a lesson in SpongeBob. That the lesson of that episode is don't be a stupid person and just steal stuff and be like, yeah, there's definitely going to be no consequence of this, or else you will go paranoid and you'll end up in a jail cell for 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm. True.
Only 5 seconds.
I think if you picked
Oh,
out the
fine with
right
it.
kids shows and the right episodes of kids shows, you could live a pretty warped childhood.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
Give your kid those 2 episodes, like the entirety of Gravity Falls.
Oh,
the one
yikes.
episode of Thomas the Tank Engine where they like brick a train into a tunnel.
Oh, yeah, I saw
and, like, live in
that.
there.
That shit
Like you
was
pick the
fucked
right
up.
episodes, you could make a really like an edgy child.
If we're talking about edgy children getting messed up, dude, you
Mhm.
got to bring in the Thomas the Tank Engine movie where they have the genocidal train.
I was gonna talk
far
about
out.
that with fucking.
Oh, what about the
trying
one where
to
the
commit
conductor does
genocide?
cocaine?
What?
There's more than one Thomas the Tank Engine movie.
Yeah, there's the one where the conductor has his magic dust that he uses to get around, and he literally.
Oh, I'm pretty
snorts
sure
it.
that's the same movie, isn't it?
Yeah, is it?
Is it? It might be. I only know that. There's...
Yes,
That's-
I think it is the same one because does the magic dust come from like a weird flower thing?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because
He's
the
just
conductor
snorting
there
it.
is played by Alec Baldwin.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I wanted to
It's
mention.
It's Alec Baldwin snorting golden dust, trying to stop a genocidal train maniac.
That's also what was weird about the Thomas the Tank Engine movie because it acknowledged a world outside of SWTOR. It was like
Mhm.
SWTOR is like a different dimension. It doesn't exist on the same plane as human beings.
I mean, I'm
The only
glad.
person who's been able to come across is the conductor and this random kid for this single movie.
Oh,
And that's it.
SWTOR?
It's the only ones.
Isle of SWTOR.
Sodor, Sodor, like
is the
Soda.
classic.
Yeah.
The island of
MMORPG.
soda.
Well, Corey, you remember Sophia would always talk about SWTOR? What the hell
Yeah,
is that?
it's
Star Wars: The Old Republic.
The
right?
Star Wars
Oh, okay.
RPG, yeah.
That's what I
Because
thought you
she
said. I was
kept
like,
being like, you have to play SWTOR, and I'd be like, what's SWTOR?
Yeah. Gotcha.
I think she got Liam to play in the end.
She got
Oh,
everyone to
Messiah.
play. I'm pretty sure
Did she?
everyone in the office was playing. Yeah.
I mean, it is
She
free.
didn't get me. Sadly, I guess.
Yeah, you got time now. I guess.
I have a lot of
Fair.
time. I've stacked up a whole list of games that I'm like trying to go through, and now that I've got VR, it's expanded a bunch. But like,
Yeah.
once I beat
Yeah.
Alex,
Go
I'm
play
gonna
Candy
beat The
Box, yeah.
Witcher, and then once I beat Witcher 3, I want to beat Borderlands 3, and then like I've kind of beaten Animal Crossing at this point. I've been abusing the turnip market, and I have 7 million bells now.
I love that that's a thing. I love that there's a turnip economy.
Yeah.
I'm so upset that she's like, nah, it's only on the morning of Sunday. That's it.
Yeah,
I'm-
like I have to
I'm
wake
gonna
up
stick
to
around
make
your island for the
millions
rest
bucks.
of Sunday, but like once it hits noon, fuck that shit. I'm not
Yeah.
playing anymore.
Yeah.
She's living her best life. She just
No, she's not. I want
Clocks out at noon.
Nick.
yeah. Well, that's your problem. That's not her problem. She just clocks out at noon and chills for the rest of the day.
Add me on Switch and pay me, and I'll buy as many turnips as you want. I've been running like a whole rack tiering service for it.
Oh my god. I had
Last week I bought 1.2 million worth of bells,
Are you fucking
Oh my
shitting me?
God.
and I've resold them for 7 mil.
What the fuck?
Genius. Good job, Corey. I'm proud of you.
Holy shit! Why is that
I don't
a
even
thing?
play the game much anymore. I just get on to make absurd amounts of money and then get confused about what to
This
do with it.
This is like the fucking fake stock market in GTA 5 that you can just go on and do investments in. Like, why is this economy just a thing?
Yeah, but like unlike in
This is
GTA
funny.
5 where cash is worthless, bells
I hate
actually have some value.
The only way to get actual money in GTA is to wait for a hacker to show up and then convince them that they should give you money. And then congrats, you made a couple million.
You do a
None of the other-
little dance for the hacker and hope that they
Yeah.
take pity
you
on
let
you.
them set you on fire a few times and like teleport you into the air, and you just type in chat, you're like, wee, and they'll be like, I like you, here's 10 million.
And then hope your account doesn't get banned from online after receiving the.
Well, you gotta deposit it immediately and then log off, and then they won't ban you.
It's a strat.
That's what's so interesting about the GTA Online like system is I know it's specifically designed to have like insane amounts of inflation so
Mhm.
that they can be like just buy use real money to get
Right.
cash
Right.
out.
Microtransactions.
But also like I look at it I'm like I remember when the game first started and you need to do like 2 missions and then you can afford basically like whatever house you wanted.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And now it's like I don't know, you want this generic looking ass plane? You're gonna need $500 trillion.
But it comes with this special feature that lets you change the color of player icons.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Wow! Please pay us
Some of the stuff-
$100.
To be fair, some of the stuff you can buy is really cool. Like,
I mean,
all the
yeah.
Doomsday stuff is awesome. Like that bunker. I bought the orbital cannon, which
Oh my
does
God.
cost $750,000 to fire, but it's so cool because You can
A
just pick
small
out.
loan of
You can just pick out a player on the map and be like, "Yo, this guy," and
Goodbye.
then them and the entire area around them is just bombarded from space, and they instantly die. It's
Jesus
amazing.
fucking
Kinda
Christ.
sweet.
They should
That's the other thing about Rockstar games is like, I don't want to go through the effort of going onto like an actual like RP server, but also if I don't go through that effort, if you try and get into any regular server, it's like a walk 5 feet, and then some 12-year-old is like, Will feels like this guy deserves a drive.
Yeah.
This guy's
That's why you gotta join like an organization that has one of the like tank vehicles. Because like I got so much money from hackers, so I started a bunch of the different organizations, and I got the I think it's called the Terror Bite. It's the one car in the game that's invincible because it has its own room inside it, and they didn't figure out how to destroy that room when it destroys the car, so it's just invincible.
What?
So
Hold on. Explain those like flawed physics.
It's a mobile operations hub, so you can have players in the back, like piloting drones and stuff that take off from the van, and there's a missile launcher attached, and stuff like that.
But you could destroy the exterior vehicle. It's just that you can't kill the players inside.
You can't destroy the exterior vehicle. You can shoot people through the windows, but you can't take out the vehicle.
What the fuck?
You just drive that around, and someone tries to drive by you, and you just like they drive up on you, and you can. The car is so heavy that if you run them over, like if you get on top of their car, it instantly crushes it and it explodes.
Jesus fucking Christ!
It costs like $6 million.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But
hackers are the real protector of this GTA.
But how will poor man Rockstar get their income from shark cards if hackers just give away all the money? Guys, come on!
About a company on the verge of financial.
I know.
It's not like I paid $60 for their terrible networking when it came out.
Oh my god. I also have a backlog of games that I need to start working through now. And I got fucking Red Dead 2 at Christmas of like 2 years ago, like 2018, and I still haven't gotten past. I think I maybe got that guy from the Pinkertons or whatever, but that's it. Like I've made so little progress in that game overall.
What happened? You're like, game's too gorgeous, can't play it.
There's just so much. There's like I'm overloaded by stuff to do. Like I hop in, I'm just like, first of all,
about The Witcher.
It takes me like 30 minutes to remember all of the controls because there's so much fucking like minutia into the controls of it.
Yeah, the horseball physics, right?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Your horse.
Shut your fucking mouth.
That's all that game's known for. That's it.
No, Sam just keeps talking about, or was it Sam or somebody else? Somebody was talking about how often the horses shit in that game. It's just like, dude, horses just shit a lot. I don't like. That's just how it be. Yeah. And I mean the fact that they fucking animated that is stupid. I don't know why they even bothered, but I guess realism.
Yeah, imagine being told like, "Hey, I want you to animate this horse's butthole opening, and then
I need you to mocap this horse shitting. So please put those little white balls around its asshole to get the right animation on it."
It's about immersion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's definitely what that guy was thinking when they were doing that.
I'd say the big thing is that once you like kill some guy you were after, you can just have the horse shit on his corpse. Like that's pretty great.
The ultimate BM.
Yeah,
it's like teabagging, but much, much worse.
Yeah, I would not like that to be done to my corpse. That seems like a pretty fucking bad time.
We'll try to remember that when you die, Ricky. We'll leave it.
Thank you. I'm glad you'll at least try. I like that it's not 100%.
Make sure the horse doesn't poop on him, and we're good.
Yeah. Do anything else.
We'll just leave his body here. He didn't leave any other instructions, so we'll just.
Instructions unclear. Oh God. Yeah, there's that one. I've got Yakuza 0. I got a little while back.
I just finished that actually.
Oh, really?
Yakuza 0 is, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I just keep seeing good things about it, so.
Yeah, it's. I have no words to express for it because it's something that is best explored while playing the actual game.
Yeah,
Also, it's a very hard to describe game because it
just does so many things.
Every emotion you
Right.
could possibly have.
It's just like I mean, I guess
That's a lot of emotion.
if you were to like at the basic level, it's like an action game. Like you go into fights sometimes.
I mean, sure, if you want to play the game how it's like,
but they have so many you have so many mini games and stuff outside of that like it just becomes almost like a mini game collection. But like,
is this one of those games where you can beat the game by playing enough pachinko or something?
Probably.
You still have to complete story missions to play the game. But looking back on my time on the game, I probably spent about the same amount of time playing Mahjong as I was playing the story.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my god. What about karaoke, man?
All the time in like first grade. Now I've forgotten how to play.
Oh man. You should talk to
they've got all the rules. It's an actual like fully developed full rule set version of Mahjong. They got
time to buy Yakuza 0 just so I can play Mahjong.
Hey man, it's worth it.
With Witcher 3 and just playing Gwent the whole time.
You're right. That's what I've been doing. Like I go up to people and they'll be like, "I have this quest for you. My wife is dying,and I'm like, "Would you like to play Gwent?" And they're like, "Oh yes, of course. I'm down for a few rounds."
I could never see. That's something I feel like I always miss the boat on because like I really love the Witcher games, but I just never got into Gwent that much.
Really?
I don't know why.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
It was like holy shit! Like we're collecting Pokemon cards in the game. And
I'm a little exposed to it.
I got
my
that
go-to game is Hearthstone. Like I play Hearthstone and Legends of Runeterra all the time. So I'm just an absolute card game nerd, and so when it comes to Gwent, I'm like, oh look, another one. Okay.
All right, bet. Yeah, I think it's really interesting when these games like are so big that they have these mini games inside of them that you can get sucked into.
Fully developed games.
Yeah, right.
Gwent turned into its own game.
Right. Yeah, there's like a place where you can just leave Gwent online.
Yeah. That's wild.
Well,
like, I even have the physical version of the game.
Didn't the Witcher devs literally make like Gwent on its own now? So you could just Okay, which is fucking hilarious. But like going back to Red Dead, I learned how to play poker through Red Dead 2.
Nice.
Because they gave me the instructions. I was just like, oh, okay. I'll play a few rounds of this. But yeah. And then I've been playing a lot of Persona 5 Royal recently. Because I bought that when it came out and I'm fucking loving it.
How are the Persona games? Like my impression of them is that they're just a bunch of loud anime.
I mean, but it's good loud anime.
My impression was that they were creepy anime.
Nah, dude, the fucking soundtracks.
There was a lot of weird sexualization of high schoolers, although I'll admit the soundtracks are good.
The soundtracks fucking slap, alright? The high school stuff, that's just fucking Japan.
So, isn't the first boss a gym teacher who's like thinking about the girls' locker room?
Well, that's the whole point, is that he's an incredibly evil person that sexually harasses high schoolers.
I'm not saying they're like the good guys.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, Nick, you just kind of like. So I've been thinking about this a lot recently about like. Because I never actually
women's locker room.
About like the game itself, and I never actually finished Persona 5.
Mm-hmm.
I got to the last part.
Right.
Died during a segment, like a while.
Well, did you guys stop at the ship, or do you guys stop at the like god boss part of it?
The ship.
Okay, gotcha.
We were on the ship. It was we were almost to the next save point, and died right before getting there.
Yeah.
And I got heated.
He had a heated gamer moment.
Oh no, not the bridge, not the bridge.
I'm not finishing this. I'm tired of trying to get through this. We're watching the ending, and that's that. And it's almost because like at that point I didn't care about getting to the end. Like I kind of could infer what was going to happen by the end of that. Where like in 3 and 4, you're kind of like in that end segment and you're like, dude, what the we're like screwed. It's like over. But like in the new game, I never felt that way. Namely because I was like, oh, all the villains are like
cardboard cutouts.
Comically
evil.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, guys, you'll get halfway through a mission and they'll be like, guys, I don't think you understand. This bad guy you were fighting the entire time? And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's like real bad. Yeah, I get it. they're like, no, he's even worse than you thought. And I'm like, okay.
He's literally already murdered people. How does he get worse? But he murdered.
Like, and that was the thing, is like, I really enjoyed Persona 5.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot.
I think.
But also, like, I just got to a point where I was like, unlike other the other 2 games where, like, the main plot can really carry you through.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, when I wasn't doing the parts I liked, which was interacting with my friends.
Right, yeah, that's like, I think that's like the real highlight, was like the character development between the main cast was like really good.
But the problem is that the story still continues even while I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And the story that was continuing, I was like, oh, I'm at the end segment. There's no more interacting with my friends after this, except for the end cutscene. So like,
yeah,
I'm just gonna watch that.
Yeah. But what about the Valentine's cutscene, Jacob? What about your romance?
We messed up. We tried getting Haru, but we didn't understand how Haru's romance mechanics work, because you need to go fucking find her on like specific days in order to start it. Unlike everyone else in the game, who basically comes to you and is like, main character, I gotta get some of that romance with you. And, like, everyone else like hides, and you have to go and find her. So we missed it.
She just hangs out on the rooftop. What do you mean?
I know she hangs out on the rooftop, but we were like, oh, okay. Every other like confidant slash like
they'll message you about like when they're free and stuff.
Will like message you, or like, when are you free? Or like there'll be like a short, not cutscene, but like a short interaction where the character will be like, hey, so and so, let's hang out.
Yeah, gotcha.
Or there'll be an introductory follow up after adding them to the party, but there was never any of that with her.
Gotcha.
Well,
yeah.
Speaking of the whole like romance mechanics, do you guys ever think about in real life, you know, if you're like trying to get with someone, it's not working, you're like, God damn it, I don't understand this person's romance mechanics. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to win?
I'm mashing A.
I'm mashing the A button. Why isn't it working?
You know, you're right. Maybe taking all of my cues from Mass Effect 1's idea of what romance is was the wrong choice.
What are you talking about?
Circle pop up. You're like.
Listen, baby, I could be your paragon or your renegade. Oh my god.
I cannot believe that even when Mass Effect came out, that they thought it was like a smart idea to add one of the option, which was like, I don't understand why you're mad. Why can't I have both of you?
Hey, what a great option.
Why not both?
And it doesn't.
Okay, wait, but did that option work, or was it?
Ends with yes. That's the worst part about it. It would be more okay if both of them hated you.
Right.
But what happens is that one of them hates you, and the other one is just like the bog standard option that it happens if you don't choose like anyone else.
Because she,
wow,
like, I was fine with it.
Look, Liara is just down for an open relationship. Okay, she's like she's gonna become 1,000 years old, so like might as well have fun while she's still like 200 or whatever.
That sounds like some lolly stuff. I don't approve.
No, she is very much.
That 5-year-old is actually 2,000 years old.
She actually has the opposite.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Liara's got the opposite.
I feel like Persona 5 would have went there if they could, from what I saw.
Jesus Christ.
You're not wrong.
All I've seen of Persona, like I watched Lauren play it over the summer, and all I saw was the villain was the guy who thinks everyone wallet or an ATM or something.
Oh
like,
yeah, Kanashiro.
To give him money.
Right.
He's like a mafia dude. It kind of made sense. That was cool. But then also she was like, yeah, I gotta go. Do social. Hang on, let me call this maid service so I could get my.
Yeah, there's the one where the teacher is also your maid.
What?
During our playthrough, we immediately were like, that was like banned. Like, right from the start, we were like,
but she has the most useful abilities. Is the problem?
She had the most useful. Who cares?
Sexual abilities?
No,
that's what I'm hearing.
No.
Or the
well, we know what Marky's into.
The fucking no. So there's a thing in this game where if you go into like the cognitive world, which is where those palaces are, where you have to fight people with your personas and stuff. If you go in there, after you come back, you can't do anything else because you're tired from going into the palace. But she gives you the ability to like ignore that debuff after the fact.
Really?
So yeah, that's her thing.
Stupid good. Why would they lock that behind that character?
Because she gives you special massages, Jacob. That's how it works. You get the
Why didn't they
massage.
give that to like the actual doctor. They didn't give that to the person who has actual medicine, that would make sense for it to help you.
Nah.
Yeah, but special massages.
Yeah, exactly.
Think of it as alternative medicine. Think of it as Gwyneth Paltrow throwing random oils.
Yeah,
in your
she's
face until
goop.
you feel better.
She's got the goop. Ready to rock.
Isn't love just alternative medicine? Love and care. I mean, that's just all that is.
Really makes you think. But yeah, thankfully in Royal, they actually let you do some things without having to get that debuff. Like, you know how Morgana used to always say, like, time to go to sleep or whatever?
Yeah.
Like, literally any time that there was a story day that you couldn't avoid and you were just forced into, they would at least let you, that now in Royal, they at least let you go downstairs and, like, read something or, like, study.
That's actually a huge life.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with Royal so far. I think all the improvements so far have been very good.
Nick, I gotta ask you a quick question.
Sure.
Which side are you on? Are you on the Morgana's fine side of things, or are you on the side of history? Where
Look, I've had the same exact. I've literally had most of these conversations already with Sophia, so I already know what the answer you're fishing for here is.
Morgana should be destroyed side.
Yeah.
Morgana's creepy.
I am very curious how they're gonna handle the whole fucking Morgana meltdown part of the story. I'm wondering if they're gonna change that, because that part of the original P5 was literally the worst story thing in that entire game. Like, that was so dumb.
Morgana's bad. Like, look. Secretly, I do love Teddy from Persona 4.
Okay.
But also, like, you made a character, like, Teddy is inherently designed to be someone who does not understand the concept of the real world. And so that is why he's, like, quirky and a little bit, like, not annoying, but, like, you know.
Does Teddy also want to be a real boy? Is that, like, the same thing?
Yeah, that's because Teddy... spoilers for Persona 4, those people out there.
Oh no.
But Teddy is a sentient like teddy bear from the Shadow Realm, who then at one point during the story,
this is Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm gonna send you to the teddy bear, Yu-Gi.
Who 3/4 of the way through the story, once you complete a lot of the stuff that is actually with like your other friends, he wills himself into existence and becomes a real boy. This is not fake. This happens. There's a specific line in that game which I remember, which is you ask Teddy, you go, "Yo, Teddy, what's up? How are you in the real world? What's going on?" And he goes, "I don't know. I just thought about it and I wanted it."
That's motivation. That's motivation right there.
He's that universe's Kirby equivalent.
He just willed himself into existence. I thought, because when he comes into the real world at first, and he's just a teddy bear costume, and you can open up his head and there's nothing inside, right?
Yeah.
And then later on, he
wills himself into becoming a real boy.
Jesus Christ!
But it's an anime.
Is the whole point of Persona that you're like some comatose vegetable and you have these different personalities?
Well, I mean, that's what you are when you're playing it, but like the actual character, no.
Oh.
Yet.
No. In Persona 4...
Joker in a coma.
These are the only things I've ever heard about Persona, so I'm just trying to like gather.
Yeah, no, okay, so here's another thing that'll definitely give you a better image. In Persona 4, you basically get to live out the fantasy of being a Chad. That is your Persona 4 protagonist experience, from my understanding of it.
Persona 5, he plays a character actually named Joker. And you're trying to take down the society.
Yeah, you live in a society, and you're trying to, expose that society for being a society, and that's it. That's the game.
And you literally amass a cult following on the internet to get them to, like, rise up.
Yep.
Like,
yeah, that's literally it, yeah.
Is this the same Joker in Smash?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably know more about his Smash moveset than I know about the game.
He's got that phantom thing, whatever the hell that is.
That's Arsene.
That is Arsene. That is his
Smash, not the game.
That is his persona. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean that's his persona? What does that mean?
So, in Persona, you basically have these your cognitive version of yourself has the ability to manifest like the power of your heart into these personas that then allow you to fight these like monsters in the shadow world. And so Joker's manifestation of his heart and his like rebel desires is Arsene, who I think is in literature some kind of famous thief or something.
Yeah, they're all famous literary criminals.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. And so then you take that power and you recruit some other high schoolers that also have rebellious hearts.
Which is a fine idea.
Yeah. Well, you're all in high school.
If you're going up against a criminal empire, high schoolers.
It's
Exactly.
not even a criminal empire. It's the fucking Shadow Realm. It's like
yeah.
I mean, Yugi was a high schooler. Maybe I've never watched the show.
That's actually in tying it back to this whole thing just being Yu-Gi-Oh. You literally have the ability, at least in Persona 5, if you get to the main thing with fighting these bad guys is that you're fighting their distorted hearts, and so you're fighting to change their hearts by defeating their cognitive versions. But if you kill
You're
their
giving them heart surgery.
if you kill their cognitive like selves in the shadow world, you basically do that thing that Yugi does where he fucking brain shatters them and fucking just turns them into a vegetable in the real world and they die.
My grandfather's deck has no cards, Kaiba.
Has no cards. No cards. Oh my god.
Because Yugi doesn't need any cards. He's got the power of friendship on his.
Put your heart in the cards, even when there are none.
Fucking god.
Spring eval's about to start.
Apparently.
Rolling straight from horsing around into spring eval.
What a wombo combo. Also, I have a Smash tournament that I have to get onto, so. Good. Could not be me.
I mean, we don't have to be there. I skipped the last one.
No, I have to go though because I have a Smash tournament that's coming up.
I had family emergency, but it was still funny to skip.
Wait, Murphy, what do you have to do?
I signed up for the Quarantine Series Smash tournament, like online Smash tournament. So that's apparently.
Who are you gonna play?
My boy Ike, obviously. We like Ike here.
I'm sorry, I can only endorse you if you play King K.
Shut up.
Just because I really like the gang playing Galleon. It slaps.
We can play on that stage without having to use the character.
Yeah, but then I don't get to use my back air.
Okay. But I actually do have to go though because apparently Smash GG crashed, and so they're doing pools manually now. So I need to figure that shit out real quick.
All right.
But thank you guys for.
And you'll win.
Okay. See, yeah, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it for you. We'll see. But thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Beekman. I see you've been messaging in chat consistently. Pot of greed. But yeah, we'll be back next week, and I'm streaming every weekday. So come check me out then. See ya.
Murky, can I join your turn complete Tuesday?